Right at Heart's interviews with the experts. I'm your host, Dr. Marina Costina, and I'm here to help you embrace your feminine power in order to truly love yourself and live your true purpose. And today, I have a very special guest, my mentor, a beautiful human being, a mother of 4, a spiritual, conscious leadership coach, the spiritual director of Bodhi Spiritual Center located here in Chicago, and also, like I call her, a modern time prophet. Lola Wright, Reverend Lola Wright. Welcome, Lola. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to be with you.
And what I really love, and what really resonates with me and with my company, what I do, is that you speak a lot about self-love, which is kind of interesting because in general, spirituality is seen as a sacrifice. It's almost like giving, and forgetting about yourself.
Yeah.
So today I would like for you to share your message. Why do you talk so much about self-love? What is it and why is it important?
Well, I think, one of the most ancient scriptures is love your neighbor as yourself, right? Mm-hmm. The challenge with that is that if we don't love ourselves so much, then we don't love our neighbors very well. So, many of us have been raised in this system that really came around the Roman Empire that said, the way that we can sort of manage and control the people and move our agenda forward is to sell a tale that you're broken. And if we can sell a tale that they're broken, then they'll know that they need an authority outside of themselves. Mm-hmm. And so we've really spent the last several hundred years recovering from a notion that something's wrong with you and you're broken. And so for us to be at a point in time in history to be very intentional about restoring and remembering. There's a brilliant spiritual philosopher named Ernest Holmes who says, there is nothing to heal, only God to be revealed. And so the spirit of that is really, there's nothing wrong with you, Marina. You're whole, you're perfect, you're complete. And if we could remember our divinity, if we could remember our oneness with an infinite and dwelling presence, if we could begin to dismantle the notion that there is some God outside of ourselves that is shaming and judging and critiquing, and rather bring the presence of spirit or the presence of love, the presence of the divine within ourselves, we would know nothing else than to love ourselves.
In your definition, what is your definition of self-love?
I am in a practice of always asking myself, what is the most kind thing I could do for myself right now? What is the most loving thing I could do for me now? Oftentimes, we don't even know. Even that is a paradigm shift. To wake up to the, especially for women.
I just wanted to say, usually women, we know we want something, but what do we want?
Yeah.
We don't know, right?
Yeah, and we've been really so trained and conditioned to value giving. And, this is very anecdotal, but I really believe the source of all disease, and specifically certain types of cancer, is a tendency to overgive and overfunction. It's a depletion of the self, an absence of self-care, an absence of self-love, that then calcifies in the body as resentment, as exhaustion, as depression. It's like the age-old adage, you must put the oxygen mask on yourself before caring for another. I am only as good as I have cared for myself.
Mm-hmm. I know you have your very interesting personal story. Mm-hmm. Would you mind sharing it a little bit, at least with us? How did you come to this? I mean, were you always like this? Or?
Yeah. Well, in some ways, so I was raised Catholic. Mm-hmm. I have grandparents that were devoted Catholics. Mm-hmm. I would say my immediate family was more cultural Catholic than religiously Catholic, although I did go to Catholic school, kindergarten through 8th grade. I spent many years looking outside of myself for some kind of source that would have me feel complete, whether it was a guy, One night, somewhere, doing something, maybe that will make me feel better. Whether it's, whether it's wine, what is the thing that we are hoping will bring peace to our soul? Yeah?
Yeah.
And in 2007, I actually took a class here at Bodhi Spiritual Center called Calling in the One. And the premise,
Calling in the One.
Yeah, Calling in the One. And the premise of the class was, in order to find the right one, you have to be the right one. And it was a 10-week journey that was an intentional practice for me to fall madly in love with myself.
You mean nobody is going to come and save you?
Yeah!
The prince on the white horse is not going to come and save you?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And so, really, it was a 10-week journey that I took as if my life depended on it. So I had this experience of falling madly in love with myself, and by the end of the course, I said, you know what? If I never meet anyone, I'm finally at peace. For me to finally get to the point where I was completely at peace being at home with myself, both literally and figuratively, was a huge deal. And of course, as life would have it, I almost instantly met my now husband.
Oh, I love this story.
Yeah,
And you guys are the best, love story.
It is a great love story, yeah. We met on February 15th, 2007. He moved in 2 weeks after that. We got married 4 weeks after that. We closed on our house 2 or 3 weeks after that. I had a big pile of debt. And so the irony is, although the intention is not to call in the knight in shining armor, in one sense he very much was my knight in shining armor, but that really is for me the paradox of the spiritual realm. Once we come into complete acceptance of what is, exactly as it is, moving out of resistance, we tend to resist that which we don't like, but so long as we resist it, it has its grip on us, and nothing is possible. So as soon as I could lay down the notion that I needed some man to make me happy, fall madly in love with myself, wouldn't you know it, that guy would show up. Yeah, and then it was a dark night of the soul. I always tell people that, because when you're doing your spiritual work and you're tilling the soil of your subconscious mind, which is where all of your limiting beliefs, your false beliefs live, as you're tilling that soil, life can start to look so good, and then we can find ourselves contract into experiences that feel very dark. And the reminder for each of us is that even when it looks dark, even when it feels dark, our work is to trust that life is always for us. Nothing is against you.
Faith, would you please share how others can find your center and when you have the service?
So Bodhi Spiritual Center is an incredible community in Chicago and now beyond. We live stream, and you can find us online at any time.
We
are bodhispiritualcenter.org/live stream. So if you're in Chicago, join us at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings in the West Town neighborhood, 1012 North Noble. If you are outside of Chicago, go online, check us out.
What would you like to leave our audience with? What is the first step they need to take to love themselves?
So one of the practices that we're doing a lot of these days at Bodhi Spiritual Center is called the Love Break. A great practice to bring to your mind's eye, just close your eyes and bring to your mind's eye an area of yourself, perhaps the life that you're leading or something in your interior that you are not accepting. You are making it wrong, you're calling it bad, and again, that charge, it wreaks havoc in us. So bring that thought, bring that belief, bring that thing into your mind's eye, and just begin to say, I accept you exactly as you are. I bless you exactly as you are. I accept you exactly as you are. I bless you exactly as you are. And what the mind will say is, I can't accept that thing. I do not like that thing. I have to tell it, go away, be gone, get out of here. But again, in the realm of paradox, you cannot release what you cannot accept. You cannot move on from that which you have not made peace with. So bring all of your parts into you and give them a breath of loving kindness. There's nothing wrong with you. There never has been. You're whole, you're perfect, you're complete. And you are on a right and perfect journey.
Thank you. And thank you so much. And please put your comments under this video. Let us know how this love prayer works for you. And happy vibes, happy lives.